Okay,
So,
cool.
Phil, my new
Hello.
buddy, thank
Hello, how you
thank you.
doing?
This is our third conversation this week, and this one's official.
Nope. You want to know how do you come seeing of a survival to the advocate? Well, the first thing is to tell you, I'm stubborn. Saying no was not the option. I was lucky because my doctor was also the doctor of the whole place. They had a skull move like that. When I got back to Burma again, I knew something's wrong. And I said, these people are trying to help me. I wasn't saying anything. It made no sense, but something's not right. This is not how you're supposed to talk. So when I was there for PT every day, I loved it because I knew it's to help me.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone tells me I was funny. So my skull moved back in again. I still didn't know what I was. I mean, I was doing, and I know I don't want to do is help myself. Like everyone else, my speech teacher in Dayton, Ohio, Chelsea, goes, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to read and write like everyone says. Why not?" But she said, "What do you want to do?" And I think about it, and I was like, you know, I want to have a book, but I didn't know what an advocate was. I want everyone to know what it's like for people in aphasia where you go to a Zoom meeting with other people. It's like this. You're in a small group, so say it's an hour, 10 minutes, and each person did like four or five things to say themselves. And it was like this. My name's Phil. I have aphasia, and I have a dog, a cat, or something like this. So every Zoom meeting I could get on there for virtual connection, I did everything.
Mm.
And after a while, I was like, there, you, you have to be something else in your life. I talk because I got bored doing the same thing over and over again. So the first thing I really did, still doing Zoom meetings with virtual connections, but the first thing I did was National Aphasia Association, and they have all those resources in one place. So what I did, I looked at all the resources and I put on my own stuff, and it was called Research Opportunity for People with Aphasia, and it was an app, and I put it for everybody. Right. The funny thing I found out that a lot of people don't look for resources. They don't know where they
Oh,
are. So for a while, I would just listen. And some people would tell their stories. And then it finally clicked. If you look, there's about 1 million to 2 million people in the world have aphasia. Their stories. So that's what I'm going to do. My name's Phil and I have aphasia, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you. I want to tell your stories, your fears, your dreams, your like cooking. I don't care what it is. Talk about anything, and I put it and put it on YouTube. I say it a lot. That's and I'll put on YouTube. If it's for me, I'll talk your ear off. But that's not the point. I know other people need to talk to other people. I want to talk about other people's stories because people need to talk. And the goal is, I know for a fact, and I tell them this all the time, if you don't if you don't lose your voice, you lose it. There's no way around it. There's no pill. You have to use your voice and talk. They don't do stuff on their own. They're not going to get any better.
that's right. It's
Okay.
about regrowing. It's about stimulating those connections in your brain because there is no one speech center. So, what we know, you have to work on things you love. If you like NASCAR, start there. If you like cooking, start there. If you like cats, start there, right? Doesn't matter. So you got to like it. You got to
Okay.
spend time on it and you got to challenge yourself. If you're trying, you got to know, are you wanting to work on your talking, your listening, your reading, your writing, and then figure out a way to do it. And if you don't have ideas on what to do, just start somewhere. Look up a video about cats or something on the internet and look at a word, write it down. Look at the word, say it. Look at the word, try and put it in a sentence. But you've got to work it is the point. And then you've got to work it every day.
Yeah.
And you got to try and carry it over. If you learn some new words because you're practicing, use them again during that day. Keep a list of them. If you have a smartphone, keep a list. Practice reading them out. Text your buddy and say, "Hey, I learned this about orange striped cats." And then tell them what you learned.
Now I want to help other people.
You haven't lost your intelligence.
I already know what I'm going to do. I know people, what I'm going to do this for the people is, and this is my goal. If you want to do stuff for YouTube, there's lots of ways to YouTube. The first thing is I have three resources. One is how to have YouTube from beginning to end,
Mm-hmm.
and then another one is how to create a YouTube channel in 2020. Most people have a smartphone for Google accounts, and you can just go to YouTube and do it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing is though is that my goal is having a community with everybody else talking about their stories, but also letting people know, like saying, I have aphasia, but I still like this too. So other people talk about other people in the group. Now, I want to talk about your stories from aphasia and stroke. I'll tell your stories with them and
Yep.
I'll put it there for them because my goal is like this. I don't care if you use TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, your mama's house, whoever, you got to be able to talk. Like, I'm doing this for myself and helping other people because that's my way I do stuff. But you got to be able to talk and tell your stories. Even if you just tell your stories with your friends, you have to talk. There's no way around it. You know what I mean? One thing I'm gonna do, every person who is an ambassador now, they're going to give me their emails and I'm going to say, listen, we need to do the stories right there. And I'll tell everybody else, if you have a caregiver or not a friend or something else and want to help you on YouTube, help them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it may not be your cup of tea, but you'd rather be on YouTube. My goal is have the community for people on Facebook for National Aphasia Association. You say whenever you say, but you want people to know that you have aphasia, you're smart, you're all that stuff. So that way other people understand where you are.
I
So
love it.
that's what I'm doing. I'm different. But you have to be better than you were before. There's no way around that. Like you had a deficit. The only way to get better is to get better. And do whatever you can do. You know, if you want to be better, there's no way around it. Like my goal has a lot of their goals, but that's for me. If you just want to be able to talk with your friends or family again, and that's all you want to do, then do that. Do whatever it doesn't matter, but you have to do something.
Yes,
Or
you
you,
do. You have to do something. So,
yeah,
Phil, I want to put in our show notes so people can download. I've got from you your research opportunities for people with aphasia.
yes,
And then I also have your Google Docs about how to create a YouTube channel
yep.
for
And
those who
there's
are interested.
a three. And then the other one is, oh yeah, I have three resources.
Okay.
I think I put it in there, but I sent it to you.
I have research opportunities,
Yeah.
how to make a YouTube video for
Yeah.
beginners,
Yes.
how to create a YouTube channel in 2025.
Yes. And the other one is
Uh,
go YouTube.
that's
And the
right.
one and the other one is, let's say you just don't want to YouTube or anything else, but you want to tell your story. I want to talk about your journeys for people from
Right.
aphasia or stroke. And it's a doc. And
Yep.
then the funny thing is, you look at this, if you look at everything right there, it says, if you want to do this, I can tell you how to do everything or say everything you want to do. And my goal is I found out other people, again, like me, I'll talk about anything. But a lot of people, they don't want to do this. Kind of like you said, pick one or two topics and talk about that. So I said the three topics, talk about one of those, and I put it on YouTube and we'll talk about this. So I'm giving inspiration and hopefully we'll use it. Some people will, they take time, but it'll take time for everybody to see who I am. So that's why I got a new tum ads or a lot of stuff. I don't want to do this, but I have to. But I know that the fact that I have a National Aphasia Association and not the ambassador, it gives me more information I need before. And I'm gonna tell everybody. And I've already talked to her name is Kitty and Katie, and the Kitty and Katie, and she has a group for people for under 50 group.
Mm.
Most people don't want to like. I look at it like this: who you are when you had a stroke. I'm like this, but other people understand. If you want to get better, if you want to do better than you did before, hopefully put it on YouTube or get it out and talk to other people because you're in a deficit already. So you got to be harder before.
Yep. So your take home message, you got to do the work. You're already as bad as you're going to be. So it's just going up from here.
Yeah.
We talked 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever. I'm losing track of time. That was a really interesting message. There's that you were saying to me. It's all up from here.
Yeah. I
Get
mean,
after it.
you might as well. Like, you have aphasia. That's hard. You got to do more. There's no way around it. Like, one of this, you're not dumb and you're not dead. Like, you
There's
got to
that.
do something. There's no way around it. You got to be better than you were before if you want to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
So glad to
Okay.
talk to you.
So I want to come on your channel and I want to
Okay.
have you back.
I'd love to. Because there's a lot of things I want to talk about with people with aphasia. I'll tell you the truth. I have aphasia. Like, you don't. I do. You can emphasize, but I'll tell you what really goes on. If you look at my YouTube channels, I'll tell you the truth.
That's right. Yeah, you do not pull any punches.
No, I can't. And apparently, my mom said I was always like this. My friends are like this. Like, no, you've been like this. We're like, yeah, you're not really good at just saying. I didn't mean to. It's like because in the beginning, I thought maybe I wasn't this way before, and all my friends like, no, yeah, you're still
Yeah,
you. Like, huh,
you're
cool.
still Phil. You're
Yeah.
still
So
Phil, just little aphasia on top of it.
yeah, and eventually I'll get better at that because I'm going to. There's no way you're going to tell me I'm not going to. Like the whole time, I'm going to be better because I want to be able to walk again and talk again better. Like I can now. Before I used to go like this,
Mm-hmm.
but I have this now because it, I don't. The word saying no, I never was good at that. Like even though a lot of things I probably shouldn't have did when I was younger, but now it's helped for me because I'm not. All everyone knows like saying no is like I don't understand. What do you mean no? I when I'm dead, then it's done.
So I'm going to say, folks, if you are listening to this on a podcast, you need to watch the video of Phil talking because your facial expressions say it all. And I love that. Phil, you are a great, great dude. And I am so honored to have met you and to have these conversations.
Yeah, I'm so glad too because I'm so glad that it was on YouTube, but I couldn't talk to anybody, so that I put it there and like I was like, oh, you need to talk to, and we're talking like, yes, and I never thought, because I want someone to understand we're like other people, but this is I am. I can't.
That's right. Yeah, you are Phil, and I love that. So, folks, I am going to, in the show notes, wherever you are listening to this podcast, or you are watching this on the Listen for Life Aphasia podcast or on Life Speech Pathology YouTube channel, I will link all of Phil's resources in there. And I counted, we got five. We got five resources. And the last one that I wasn't clear about is the Google document that you make, Phil, if they want to come on and tell their story.
Yep, yep.
Love it. Love it. Many blessings to you, Phil.
And
I look
thank you.
forward to seeing your channel grow.
Yes,
And let's
and
keep.
thank you so much for being there because It was so nice to talk to somebody else. You have your own channel, so it's like, oh, cool.
Well, I'm gonna take some lessons from you. I'm about content and not the tech.
Yeah.
We'll get the tech better, but yeah, let's get aphasia on the map
Yep. Thank you
because
so
it.
much.
All right, sir. Take care of yourself, Phil.
Have a good weekend, and I'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you soon.
All right.
Bye.
What did you think of Phil? Phil is just this larger than life dude with aphasia. He is loving life. If you have aphasia and you want to share your story, you need to get in our show notes and find that link to Phil's Google form where you can reach out to him and be on his show. 10 minutes. That's all you need to do. For those of you with aphasia, if you want to understand more about this big fancy word, neuroplasticity, because there are three key reasons that aphasia recovery never stops. And what we did is we put that together in a guide, and it is free for you. And you can download that by clicking on the link in the show notes. And then for you, the spouse and care partner caring for someone with aphasia, you've got your own load. You've got your own challenges ahead of you. You have taken on your roles plus your loved one's roles. We get it. We see you. We understand what you're going through. So, to help you on your journey, we created a free 5-day email course. We call it Chaos to Clarity. And the idea behind it is a simple action step that you can take one each day, 5 days in a row. Commit to 15 minutes. Spend the time, get some insights into your journey, and find that path forward. And when you're ready for more, we are here for you. We are building out a whole line of support for our spouses and care partners because aphasia recovery is not just for the person with aphasia, it's for you too. And communication and connection matter. As always, I'm grateful to each of you for being here. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.